Hey folks, Monday, 5th of December 2022. Thanks for tuning in. And so we have a bit of a fundamental catalyst on oil. China, of course, the testing regime there is kind of softening off a bit, but they're not releasing people from these lockdown periods so much. But now, we've had a bit of a lazy morning. We're going to look at oil, S&P, and the crypto space. Quite a few of the markets on crypto right now. But let's get into oil. We can see here just on WTI. So it's been a tricky spot, but we found the demand overall to step right back and just look at this on dailies. We found the demand in this area. We've bid up. We've had a pullback last week and on Friday, but we're kind of getting onto the upside. And in the room here, we've definitely been looking at areas down on these lows, quarterly areas on the higher time frames for the buyers to come in, and indeed they have come in once, twice there, and the APAC transition from Friday into APAC today, and again last week as well. So I think we can get on with getting onto the upside. So a nice amount of sellers up here around 82.30s at the moment, and I think we could potentially be looking at the lows for the rest of the year now, as we have, three odd weeks left on the year. And I think we can rally on oil now that we have potential, signals of softening in China right now. So that's oil. I like, for the trade, I like the longs around 81.08s. I prefer them from the lows of day, but certainly 80.53s p-val. I like the longs there. Should we push down and maybe supports on 81.08s for targets? Well, you're targeting 82s even, and then higher 83.20s and 83.70s for the big push. And so that's oil. Running over to the S&P here, and just to really look at this, we're getting really close to the area where this market is going to want to sell down from up here. This is going to be really interesting as we push towards the bear trend on the year. We did shark on it there back in, when was that? August, actually. And, we're kind of doing a similar thing now, but I do think everyone's just going to be piling into the shorts. So it's just going to provide a lot of liquidity for this market to move higher, to be honest. Very supportive trade last Friday out of those NFP lows. All dips were bought there, putting in a bit of a hammer, basically, under the prior day. So I like the longs. I like the longs. 40.36s, boom. I like the longs. I think we've come out of this bull flag here. We had the pullback at this point here, and we've bid up, and so any pull downs, we've been bid up again. You can see that. So what do I like about this market? Well, I like buyers on 40.36s, as I've said. And then trade to, bid that back up. And targets will be this gap area, which actually has been closed, but I like to track it still. So we'll keep that 40.82s on the charts. And then looking over at the crypto space, well, here are the big major cryptos. You got, Cardano, Bitcoin, Ethereum. And what I like here, actually, while on Bitcoin, we're still not at the buying point, 13,920s. Bitcoin has just done nothing but a bit of this, over the last, what seems like 2 years, really, since, the stimulus checks were in. So, 13,920s, I like the longs. I'm not buying into this bid that we're seeing over the last couple of days, last 2 weeks off the lows here. So that's Bitcoin. And what I do like on the weekly bars here is Ethereum. So, what's Ethereum done? Well, we've had this area on our charts for like 2 years now, actually, since Jan 22 or 21, lows at 9.10s to the dollar. And look at that, buyers coming in, boom. I think the bid we took off of that was, what was that? That was like 128% bid off of the lows on that range. So we're back into this range, seen a little bit of selling, but, trying to lift our head back out of that range. I want to see how this trades, but I think the long-term upside goals are pretty golden for Ethereum as opposed to Bitcoin. So that's where we sit. All right, listen, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you all guys later in the Discord room. And if not, have a great day, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.